going to send it out to everyone afterwards. So if you want to hit record, we will kick it off and then we'll just have come in. Oh, perfect. Thank you. All right, let me switch my screen here. So hi, everyone. Nice to see a lot of you again. I know I saw many of you at the VWise conference. I spoke to many of you at either the table or just throughout the weekend. So I hope everyone is recuperating after the whirlwind of the weekend that we know was VWise Phoenix, and able to, still connect with people after the program, been able to go back to your notes, let some things sink in, take some time away, and then go back to it. So hopefully some of those ideas or things that you picked up at the conference, you're able to start going back to and kind of put some implementation plans in place. So for those of you who I may not have met over the weekend, my name is Ashley Cavender. I'm the manager of alumni services here at IVMF. I'm joined by my colleague Elvis, who is going to walk you through resource by resource on our phase 3 post-program support. But I'm going to just take some time to set us up really quick with just giving you a little bit more detail about the IVMF in general, some of the other programs we offer, some of the other resources you could take advantage of, and then I'll hand it over to Elvis to really dive deep into those business resources, how they may be applicable to your business, and then how you would go about accessing these resources and getting connected. As I mentioned, this will be recorded. So if you, for some reason, have to hop off early, if you know somebody that couldn't attend, we will send it out afterwards to those that registered. So, and you can always reach out to us individually, and we can talk about your businesses individually on kind of what may be applicable to you. So Elvis, if you want to go to the next slide. All right, so I think you may have heard this over the weekend. Kind of our mission and vision is we're here to help support veterans, military family members after service in whatever you choose to do. We're going to go over some other options that the IVMF offers, but you all know, you've been a part of our entrepreneurship programs. VWise is just one program. I know I mentioned, when I got up on stage there, that you can only attend VWise once, unfortunately, but there are other programs that, if it makes sense in your entrepreneurial journey, those are programs you could take advantage of, whether they're more of our longer ones or conference style. We do have multiple options. So just giving you all of the information, and then you can pick and choose on kind of what makes sense for you. Next slide, please. All right, so just an overall view of the IVMF, Institute for Veterans and Military Families. I'm sure you heard it all that weekend, but we have serviced over 150,000. I think we're over 160,000 service members and their families through all of the programs and services that I'm going to go over. We have a professional staff of over 100 that operate at our headquarters at Syracuse, New York, upstate, for those of you who may be unfamiliar. And then we are on Syracuse University's campus, so have a strong student support staff as well. We do operate all over the country with our installation-based teams as well. And this is just a quick snapshot of our programs and services. So you can see VWise is in the center column, and just one of the programs that we offer in entrepreneurship to veterans and military families. But there's also our career preparation employment, which I may have spoken to some of you about, and our community-based support and care coordination services through America Serves. So diving into detail with entrepreneurship and small business. And I should pause here and let everyone know that if you have a question, you want us to go into something more detailed, just type that into the chat. I think Elvis and I are going to try and get through this presentation pretty quick, and then just leave time for people to ask individual questions. And if we don't know the answer, maybe it's connecting you to another member on our team, or maybe it's taking the conversation offline and having that one-on-one conversation with you about your business to see kind of what fits. But this is our portfolio at a glance. Boots to Business, I know many of you have heard of, in partnership with the SBA. They run the CONUS version. We operate the OCONUS, so around the world is kind of what we deliver. VWise and Ignite, you've obviously all taken VWise. Ignite is a little bit to the left of that entrepreneurship continuum. So if you think of entrepreneurship in three stages, I should say, in the life cycle: ideation, startup, and then growth and sustain. So the different phases of the business life cycle. Ignite is really to the left of that continuum in ideation. It's really one day, dip your toes in, and we offer that a couple times a year in different parts of the country. Strive, again, is our partnership with community colleges in a few different areas. Again, a little bit to the left of that continuum. And then we have a couple other programs that you see here that shift to the right a little bit. So I'm sure I spoke to many of you about our EBV and EBVF program, so Entrepreneurship Bootcamp for Veterans and Entrepreneurship Bootcamp for Veterans families. So we have a program for veterans and for military spouses. We have, if you think of that, it's like a mini MBA, if you will. A lot of our entrepreneurship programs are still set up in 3 phases, where you have that coursework in person, and then phase 3 with Elvis and myself on kind of those additional resources and support. Where VWise was a 3-day conference, Entrepreneurship Bootcamp for Veterans is a whole week. So, and it's only a cohort of 30. So think about, you had 200 women there this past, or not this past weekend, my time frame, a few weeks ago when we had the conference, was 200 women conference style. Entrepreneurship Bootcamp for Veterans is like a mini MBA, very focused into your specific business, and it gets really into the weeds. And then we have further along programs of Accelerate, Rise. Those have specific threshold where either you need to have 5 employees, you need to be hitting more of that growth and scaling business challenge, because every time your business hits a new level, you have a new set of challenges that you have to work through. So where ideation is going to have a certain set of challenges, startup is growth and sustain. So we have different programs that kind of meet you where you are in your entrepreneurial journey. So if you move to the next slide. So VWise, there are some stats there you can read kind of about the VWises that have come before you. VWise Phoenix was 23. We're holding a couple more this year. We have a lot of people still in business, and as you can see, it's some great outcomes from that conference with our female business owners in the long term with their business. And that's part of the network that we talked about. Oh, can you move back one? Yes, thank you. Oh, you can stay on this slide, that's fine. So our Entrepreneurship Bootcamp for Veterans, I talked about EBV, like we call it for short. There's additional stats there about, they did about $288 million in revenue, graduates in that program. So there's, again, a little bit to the right of that continuum in the business life cycle, and really addressing individual business owner issues and kind of how to work through and overcome them. We talked about Boots to Business, and then EBV Accelerate is for growing companies, 5 or more employees. And then EBV Spark is virtually a virtual program. So there's no 3 phases. It's completely online, but more to the earlier stages of your business idea, testing out feasibility and working through those types of challenges and opportunities that come with that. So again, it may seem like I'm brushing over a lot of these programs. My goal is to give you the 30,000-foot view of what these programs entail, and then just to pique your interest if it makes sense for you. And then what I recommend doing, go on our website. It has all the information for that specific program, and it lists it by program. And then our enrollment team that you worked with for VWise is the same exact enrollment team that you would work with for any of the programs that I talk about here. So if you're confused, you're not know where to start programmatically, after we finish here today, we can connect you to our enrollment services team, and they can again have that one-on-one conversation with you to say, okay, you just took VWise, here's where you are with your business, kind of here's where your challenges are, what may be next for you. And maybe it's something in 6 months, or maybe it's right now, who knows? But they'll be able to have that conversation with you. Next slide. Okay. So this is about our Coalition for Veteran-Owned Business, our Vet Source. So it's just some accomplishments that we've had with our programs. We work with a lot of corporate partners who want to incorporate, veteran and military spouse-owned businesses into their supply chain. The Coalition for Veteran-Owned Businesses is something that you all can register to be a part of if you're interested. And that is, if say we have a company, and I'll just use examples because that may be easier. We have a grad, let's say that has a sauce company, and Walmart, who's one of our corporate partners, a part of the CVOB, comes to us and says, hey, I'm looking to diversify my supply chain and looking for a veteran-owned businesses that does sauces. So we would pull a list of everyone registered for the CVOB and give that list to Walmart to then do vetting and make connections. We have different webinars with some of our corporate partners to help with that connection. But there's a lot of opportunity with being a part of the CVOB if you're, and it doesn't have to be just products, it could be services as well, but that's something that I encourage people to look into. Again, there's more information on our website about it, but there's some good supply chain opportunities that people that are looking to diversify their supply chain. And then Vet Source is our one-day event with those CVOB partners. So we'll bring in people from Walmart, Disney, other organizations that are part of our CVOB to host panel discussions, to do that mentoring. So that's just another networking event that we host, but it's really for procurement ready veteran and military spouse owned businesses. So if that's something that you're interested in, look it up on our website. If you're not sure if you're procurement ready or you need to kind of look into it further, our entrepreneurship team, their contact information is on our website as well. You can reach out to us as kind of your main throughput into the IVMF. We can have a conversation with you and then route you to the right path that may make the best sense. Next slide. Okay, Veteran Edge. So that is our conference. It's for actively growing and scaling companies. It's over 450 businesses, corporation partners that come together for a weekend to do sessions similar to VWise. We'll have different breakouts, but in the registration, they ask, what are your top 3 business challenges? And they craft the whole programmatic weekend based on everyone's business challenge and trying to find similarities. We also have networking during that. We normally tie our Vet Source procurement event that I just talked about to that conference. And then finally, we honor the fastest growing veteran-owned businesses in the nation. So that's a partnership we have with Inc. 5000. And there's a list that comes out with the fastest veteran-owned businesses in the nation. And that, I think last year we had, I want to say 14 or 17 of our grads that were on that list that we honor at this very nice dinner. We invite our corporate partners and speakers that are participating in the weekend. And it's just a chance to recognize these business owners and for everyone else to see, we had people that attended the first Edge, and then in year 3, they were on the Vet 100 list and kind of reliving it full circle. So it's a really nice event. And this is a really great conference. This is something you can go to year after year if you qualify. So again, you have to be in business for at least a year, actively growing or scaling a company. You can talk to our enrollment team about more specifics with the application process, but it is something you can attend multiple times. Okay, so that was high-level entrepreneurship programs. Learn more on our website or reach out to Elvis and myself, and we can have that conversation with you and connect you to the right person. Next is our career preparation and certification pathways. And some of you, this may be redundant because I spoke to you in person, but how I pitch this to entrepreneurs is saying, could you as a business owner benefit from a project management certification? Could you benefit from an IT certification or cybersecurity or HR? We offer all of those at no cost. So it's a 6-month program where you can, we'll pay for your online coursework and then pay for you to sit for your certification exam. And we're constantly expanding all different types of, into different pathways all the time. So this is not an exhaustive list of everything we have. How I also tell it to my entrepreneurs is that maybe you already have your certification, but you employ veterans and military spouses. Just by being a veteran and military spouse, they could take this program as well. And they could, maybe they're doing HR for you, but they could benefit themselves and your company by getting their HR certification. So there's IT, cybersecurity, HR, project management. There's a lot of different categories that you could take advantage for this program. Next slide. Here's just the military installations that we have staff on to operate this program. A lot of transitioning service members and military spouses located in these areas will go in person the first week to take that program, but then do the coursework continuously online. So it's just an option, and we put this visual out there as well. Yes, Joanna and Catherine, who many of you probably met while you were at UIs, they operate our San Diego location. They're located out in California with this program. All right, next slide, please. All right, next is our community-based coordinated care services. So this is less on the entrepreneurship education side and more on just the health and human needs side. So we have created a software platform in partnership with some other organizations that really the goal is to help the military family knock on one door for any type of services that they need. And get help in the least amount of time without having to knock on 7 doors. Maybe there's a co-occurrence of needs. So housing, employment, navigating VA benefits, legal, whatever the case may be. This is a program where they could go in and you could see where we operate in those areas on the map here, but we do have some national partners as well. So say you're located in North Carolina, you need help with employment, but you also need help with housing and benefit navigation. You could knock into one of our partners, knock on their door. You can work with them, submit a request. They would take all your information, understand your total need, and then they would do a direct referral or a direct connection to the other resource providers in network. So you could be helped in the least amount of time without having to go to all of these individual resources on your own. Next slide. Okay, so that's all about our programs, services, kind of what the IVMF offers. Those are our 3 pillars. And then we do have a 4th pillar that is our research and policy work. So really informing the conversation at the political level on, what does it mean to support the military connected community after service, as well as doing research to inform that conversation, as well as inform our programs to making sure we're constantly evolving these programs to continue to meet the need as things change. Some of those programs I talked about were created right during COVID and have just maintained because, we're not completely out of the woods with that, but business challenges changed. I'm sure everyone on this call can agree that in some way your business was impacted, or of somebody's business that was impacted, that the challenges or opportunities differed because of the impacts of COVID. So we have some programs specifically designed for that as well. Okay, moving along. This, I know some people may have seen it at the conference. It's our alumni virtual focus group. If you're interested, we will drop the link in the chat, which I can do right now. I know the chat is very lively. Here is the chat. So this is just, we're trying to learn as an institute and an organization, how you all heard about us, what brought you to our programs. And, I know a lot of you, it may be word of mouth, it may be searching, it may be, you did O2O, but you were also a business owner, whatever the case may be. We're really interested in hearing from you because that's going to help us inform the veterans and military spouses that come after you and how to support them better. Where are we not getting our message across to help support, people that don't know about us, or even support you all better in other programs that you didn't know that existed that we had to offer. So it's really just a chance for us to listen directly from our alumni to understand kind of how you came to hear about us. All right, so the link is in the chat as well. All right, now on to phase 3. So phase 3, meet the team. First, it is our entrepreneurship team. You met 90% of these people at the VWise conference. They are your point of contact. They run all of the programs that I mentioned. And they are really the creators of everything entrepreneurship that we have to offer at the programmatic level. If you go to the next slide, you'll see phase 3, the alumni services team is operated by Elvis and myself. We are a small but mighty team of 2 that service all of the thousands and thousands of alumni that have taken our programs. So I've listed our contact information here. Everyone on this call should have received the alumni welcome email that we sent last week. I know to some people that you may have gotten that email twice if we had, a second email on file for you, just trying to make sure it reached you. But everything we're going over today in detail, links and everything you need to know was in that email. If you didn't get it, you didn't see it, or went in your spam or something, reach out to us via that email, IVMF Alumni, and it's managed by Elvis and myself. So you won't get anyone else. You won't get a robot. It's by our team. So we aim to get back to everyone in 48 business hours, just due to the high volume of alumni that we work with. But we are more than happy to forward that email to you so you have all the information or have that conversation, whatever you need. All right. So you are all IVMF alumni. I know I said this, while I was up on stage talking to you all, but that includes that phase 3 support that we're going to go over right now. Lifelong network of the thousands and thousands of grads that have come before you. Like I mentioned, you are the 23rd VWise program. So think of 200 women times 23. How many, female business owners you have at your disposal to take advantage of. We do continued learning through our VetNet webinars. We bring on speakers and subject matter experts. Once COVID is kind of lowering its forces, I guess I should say, our goal is to get back out around the country to continue to host our alumni networking events. So right now we go into individual communities, some of our major areas, host networking events to really introduce everyone to all of the program graduates you have at the local level, that you have at your disposal to work with, to network from, bounce ideas off of, all of the above. We'll share outside opportunities and communicate via our monthly newsletter. And everyone, I think our monthly newsletter got sent out yesterday, if I assume right. So check your email, and that should be in there as well. And it gives you all information about upcoming program dates and really kind of what's going on in our world. This is just a snapshot of our website. If you haven't been on it, we just wanted to show it to you so you know what it looks like. And there's the link there, but we can send that all out. Next slide. This is a look at our networking events, kind of what we offered. And right now they're virtual. We are getting back to some in person. And then we do partner with Syracuse University. So in addition to partnering your military or expanding your military connected community further, the Syracuse University alumni community in specific regions is available to you as well. Oh, and one thing I should say here is that we'll post business plan competitions, other things that we find out about on our website under that outside opportunities section. So you're going to want to consistently look back at that calendar if that's something you're interested in, so we can, if you're interested in business plan competitions and other source of funding in that regard. But now I'm going to stop talking for a second. I'm going to catch up on the chat. And then I'm going to turn it over to Elvis to go over our webinars and then dive deep into those business resources.
Thank you, Ashley, and congratulations to all of you on completing VWise. looking forward to communicating with you. So basically, we also do our monthly webinars. We call them webnets. Basically, we try to do at least 2 a month, and mostly we focus on entrepreneurship and career services. So basically, as you have seen in our newsletter, we have one coming up, and actually we'll put in a chat registration. It's on our Navigator pilot program that we got a grant from SBA to work with local organizations to help new entrepreneurs, succeed in their business. And during this webinar, they'll just tell you about like how they will be supporting small businesses and what resources they will provide to them. So it's definitely webinars that we try to always host monthly, and these are completely online. We bring in subject matter experts and entrepreneurs so they can share their resources and topics. So definitely always keep an eye out for our newsletters or on our alumni page and events on their calendars. You'll see our upcoming webnets. So today I'm just gonna run quickly through some of the resources that you can take an advantage as IVF alumni. What we call is phase 3 of the revised program and EBV program. We call them IVF post-program support services. So basically it's kind of like some resources regards to funding, legal, marketing, mentorship. They'll go over some government resources, SBA, some IVMF resources as well, and some other business services. So just before we get into it, like how can you access and request these resources is by emailing us at ivmf@alumni@sr.edu, or you can go to our alumni page. Go to our alumni page, click on alumni resources, click on your program, VWise, post-program support resources, and type in the password, which is very secret. It's password, it's $$word. And once you're in there, you should be able to see all the resources. And when you're ready, just click on submit the post-program support resource form. So basically, you would go on Google, type in IVMF, get to our page, click on alumni, scroll down to alumni resources, click on VWise, type in the password. It will get you to your VWise post-program support resource. Down at the bottom, you'll see all the topics that we'll go over today. And when you're ready to request something, just go up here and submit a post-program support request. And I should get it, and I will reach out back to you. So just some key points here. We work with all these organizations and resources, try to get them at pro bono or at discount rates, so that we can definitely try to get you guys up and ready with your business. So it's a really great resource for startup businesses. We always ask that you seek out additional resources such as you grow your business and establish those relationships. We always say these resources are like only for 12 months once you graduate, but we had lots of folks, found out that timing is not right for them, and they'll look, we have EBV folks come back from our 2010 like, oh, can I still utilize the resources? We always are welcome. They'll say yes. So the thing is, we only say it's 12 months because sometimes most of our resources are limited. So we might have it this year and we might not have it next year, right? So we cannot hold ourselves responsible for saying like forever, right? But usually you're part of the alumni network and you can definitely come back anytime you want. We always continue to seek and improve our resources pool. We added a couple of resources this last year, and we're looking to add some more this year. But most of all, just to let you know, the biggest resource is you guys to each other. So stay connected, networking, that's the biggest resource that you can have. So let's get into some of the funding resources that we have. So we have partnership with Accion, an international microfinance nonprofit whose mission is to build a financially inclusive world. So basically they say they offer loans from $500 to $1 million. So far, I've been here 6 years. They have been only offering average loans about $10,000. So I don't know why, but their interest rates are usually from 8% to 22%. If you do get approved, they'll get you the money within 48 hours to 3 weeks. just to note something, they do not lend to businesses who are in real estate development, firearms, drugs, pharmaceuticals, and adult entertainment. They do look at the like character, credit, capacity, collateral, but they work with veterans who have a like minimum credit score of 575. Kiva is a nonprofit crowdfunder out there. Usually you can, for first time, how many of you guys are familiar with Kiva? Is it? None. So Tracy, you want to talk about it? Have you did a fundraiser?
I have walked other veterans through fundraising on Kiva. I haven't done it personally, but I've walked them through and helped them with an effort.
Yeah, so definitely a good source of if you're looking for a micro loan. Basically, first time around, you can go up to $5,000 loan. If you once you complete that and you repay it back, you can go up to 10,000 second time around, and after that, you can go up to $25,000. What's good about this is they are 0% interest. So if you borrow $5,000, that's what you pay back, $5,000. IVMF was #1 trustee in 2014, and we have a good relationship with Kiva, and usually we always will try to support you in this one. If you do want to fundraise money through Kiva, let us know. We have the borrowers link that we can send it to you. And what we will do, we'll also share it in our newsletter on our alumni LinkedIn group, so that way you can get that exposure out there. So usually what's good about Kiva is they don't look at your history, they don't look at your credit score, they don't look at your anything. All you want to do is have a story and have about 5 to 15 of people, circle of your friends that will actually support you. The way it works, you would create an online account, donate $25 to another business, and you would invite 5 to 12 of your closer friends and families to donate $25 or more towards your business. Once you reach that circle of 15 folks, then Kiva makes your fundraising like a global, right? So all people around the world can actually donate it. And we just funded like I think 2 or 3 grants like last in the fall, for one of us for $10,000, the other one was for $5,000. It's funded like in a day. As soon as we send it out in our newsletter, entrepreneurship, it gets really quickly funded. So just something out there, just because it's 0% interest rate, it's really good. Also, Ashley mentioned like business plan competitions, grants, and things like that we'll have on our website. We just want to irradiate like Street Trace Foundation. I don't know how many of you are familiar with it, but they usually host their veteran business challenge at least quarterly. So usually the first place is around 15,000. Sometimes they increase to 25,000. Second phase between 6 to 14, and third place is usually between 4 and 6,000. So this is something definitely that you can always take advantage. What they want is for you to send a pitch about your business. And what they do is they post it online and people can vote for them, right? If you do end up being in this type of competition, please let us know. We would be happy to share give you exposure to our IVF social media, right? So you can get that advantage. In the past couple of years, almost every competition they had, either like our grads, won first or second or third place, in almost every competition they had. We also partner up with the CDC Small Business Finance. Is one of the nation's leading mission based on small business lenders. They are mostly West. They have 3 types of loans: micro loan, SBA Community Advantage loans, and impact loans. They usually work throughout California, Arizona, Nevada, Detroit, and Washington, D.C. Their loans range from $20,000 to $250,000. And their term is usually between 3 to 10 years. As you can see, their interest rates go from around like 7% to 8%. Definitely one of those better than traditional banking, I would say, routes to take. So if you're interested in that type of funding and you're somewhere in these areas, just let us know and we'll be able to connect you with somebody who can help you and walk you through. Speaking about community development financial institutions, this is more of like non-traditional lending. They do have better rates than traditional banks. These 5 down here that you see, People Fund, Veteran Launch, Pursuit, Carolina Business Development Fund, and Colorado Enterprise Fund. These are CDFIs that are specifically focused on veteran lending, and they have favorable rates for veterans. And what's good about these lenders is their loans are more flexible in regards to how you can use it. In regards to, you can use it for capital, you can use it for marketing, you can use it to buy buildings, real estate, property, while some traditional banks will not allow you to do that. People Fund is in Texas, Veteran Launch is in California, Pursuit is Northeast, Carolina Small Business is North and South Carolina, and Colorado Enterprise is in Colorado. So if you're in those states, we can connect you to one of these places, and they'll walk you through, and they have a bit lending counselors as well that can help you with your application. Also, CDFIs are all over the US, which means if other ones may not be specifically veteran focused, but they will definitely be much better option than traditional banks.
And if I could add one more thing before we move on, Elvis, I think we have 1 or 2 of our CDFI reps coming on to our webinar next week. So that webinar that we put the link into the chat, and that's next Wednesday. Again, we record all of our webinars. So even if you register, you can't attend, we send the recording out to those that register. But if you can attend, it's a great opportunity to ask questions to these representatives live. They're coming on along with our entrepreneurship team that you met in Phoenix to talk through how to get connected to resources in these specific states through this SBA grant on, helping veteran and military spouse business owners. So these funding resources specifically, they focus on access to capital, which is of course important, but also what's that phrase called, Elvis? I can't even remember. But the education part of making sure you're capital ready before you go after the loan, so you're competitive and it's not just something you fill out and you get denied. They'll help you get your business to a place, or get your application, I would say, to a place where it could be successfully funded. So they are just some of our resource partners that are coming on next Wednesday to just speak from their experience on how they support. So if you're interested, if you don't have the link, we'll send it again, but just wanted to throw that out there.
Thank you, Ashley. Let's get a little bit into legal services. We have a couple law firms that are looking to offer their time, some discount rates, some pro bono. Just before I get into this, we always recommend that you guys look at start looking at your bail team. Bail standing for banker, accountant, insurance, and lawyer, right? So those are things that you should always have on call as a business, because mostly of these legal services will take a few weeks to pair up with an attorney. So that's why if you have something you will need legal assistance with, submit your application ahead of time so that we can reach out to them and get you connected, and so they can pair you up with somebody. DLA Piper is a law firm. They offer limited fee legal services, and usually have offices representation in these states: Arizona, California, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Minnesota, Mississippi, North Carolina, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Texas, Washington, D.C. Like I said, the only thing about these is they're not like those emergency things. Like, they will not get you right away. So if you need something, please submit it ahead of time, and we'll be able to get that request process for you. Bond, Shannon King, same thing as DLA Piper, except they only have office here in New York and Florida, but they will help with any intellectual property around the country, even the foreign outside the US as well. Corpco, they do discount rates for BY's graduates. In regards to the corporations, all you have to do, if you know which entity you would like to form, LLC, S Corp, C Corp, just submit an application and we can connect you with Corpco. Never Read Patent Law, they also provide free patent filing. In regards to filing, this is more of a like provisional patent filing. Provisional patent lasts for 1 year. So this is for those folks who have a product who are they're looking to get out there to the market, and they like to test out the waters to see how much people are willing to pay, what's their reaction to their product, like are they willing to use and things like that. So this is what provisional patent will allow you to do with that 1 year time. Utility patent, on the other hand, it's a lot more expensive, in thousands of dollars, and it takes a lot longer time to obtain. So that's why if you have something like provisional patent is for free filing, all the state fees and application fees will be on your responsibility. Same thing with Eric Plant and Associates. These guys provide free filing for trademarks and copyrights. But all the fees are your responsibilities in regards to applications. So we also work with the legal service in the Los Angeles County Bar Association. So if you're out there west, they'll definitely can connect you with them, and they'll pair you up with the legal clinic that can help you support you with your needs. Overall, if you're interested in like intellectual property, copyrights, trademarks, patents, definitely visit the Patent and Trademark Resource Center. They have lots of resources here that you can do research. They have good librarians there that you can help you with all your needs, except just remember they are not attorneys and they will not be able to file anything for you. Marketing and networking, we partner up with Illumination Solutions. They offer that discount rates on building websites and logo designs. So if you can see their services here. If you definitely in need of that, and you cannot find anybody out there, definitely reach out to us. We'll be able to connect you with them. Also, we have a partnership right now with one of the student working groups at Syracuse University. They usually are open during the semester's time, but due to COVID-19 right now, they're unavailable until fall of 2022. But they do also website creation on Wix platform and Square. They will do website reviews. They will also help with social media creation, and they will review social media. We also do the Rosie Network. The Rosie Network is production, one of the Levi's graduates before you guys. And basically what this is a networking site. She created this website where all veterans and military spouses can go out there and post their business. So when other companies go out there and look, they want to work with a veteran-owned business or spouse-owned business, they can go on our site and search and get connected, right? What's good about it? It's free promotion, right? It's that networking piece. As you know, once you get your website out, you gotta have to be able to pop up on Google, you gotta have backlinks, be able to be on YouTube, be on social media, like on other sites and things like that. So that's why that's always good. It's free out there, so definitely check it out. Also, same thing goes for Veteran Business Network, similar things. It's heavily resources for small business practices. You can list your business out there for free. It's just one of those exposure things that you can do. Mentoring, we partner up with, IBMF has partnered with a couple of mentoring organizations. One of them is American Corporate Partners. This completely online mentoring program. And if you put in an application referral that you're referred by IBMF, they'll pair you up very quickly. And they have over 400 business owners out there as mentors, which means you're definitely, if you don't think they're just for career transitioning services mentoring, because they do have business owners out there who are mentors and it can help you get to your next step. Also, if you're not interested in that long-term relationships with ACP, they have a ACP Advisor Net. It's more of like an online community chat where you can post questions and get connected with a mentor out there. Also, we always recommend visiting your small business administration resources, just because all these, they're across the US And if you go under SBA website, you go under local assistant, you type in your zip code, you'll see the closest offices next to you, such as SCORE, Small Business Development Center, Women Business Center, BTEC, Women Business Outreach Center. So why I say these are really good, they offer free business counseling. They have a resource available. They have classes that you can take there that can help you with business plans. But most important, they know the local area, right? They know the local resources, local businesses that can introduce you and connect you. So definitely, we always recommend that you guys visit them. BTEC especially, most of you are, I don't know how many of you are familiar with like veteran-owned business, minority-owned business, small business managed business, women-owned business. So all these certifications are really good to have. We have seen in the past, they do miracles. Just because when government, state, federal or private institutions, they have like big projects, like they have this quota to meet, like 30% of all their work needs to be set aside for minority-owned businesses, veteran-owned businesses, and women-owned businesses, right? So think about like if in downtown, we having a $100 million building being built, right? It's a state project, like 30 million of them needs to be done by veteran-owned business, minority-owned business, or women-owned business. So in my past experience as a consultant, I've seen a lot of things. These applications work miracles, right? So I just had a lady that I worked with, she just made apple pies. When she became certified women-owned business, she got a $200,000 contract with Ford Drum here to sell her apple pies at the cafeteria, right? Same thing with and the guy who was doing trash removal. He would go to people's basements, pick up the trash, put it out to the dump. He was minority. Once he got his certification, he was doing post-construction cleanups in hundreds of dollars. 5 years ago, he got $99 million contract for doing demolition. So things expand with these contracts as you network. One of our EBV graduates, actually in 2015, when I first saw him, he wanted to do real estate. After I talked to him about the certifications, in 2018, I saw him again, he was doing cybersecurity. Just because once he got certified as veteran-owned business, he started networking and he started seeing like what companies would need it. Then he would just go and, okay, I'll win the contract, find a company that can actually do the work and sub it out, right? So usually they become middlemen sometimes in these things. So it usually works. He said he had 150,000 rolls of toilet paper that he ordered for somebody. It just happens. So like definitely take a look at those certifications because that can be a game changer in regards to your business. Some IBMF resources, definitely check out our IBMF resource library. Ashley already went through Center of Excellence and Collision of Veteran Businesses, but we have a IBMF resource library out there. Definitely check it out. We have a lot of guidebooks, documents, videos, articles, magazines out there that you can check out, and a lot of different things like business planning, marketing, accounting, and things like that. Ashley already covered, Center of Excellence and CBOB. Highline is one of our ACP firms here in Syracuse, and they'll be able to provide you with free counseling advice on your, setting up an entity or your taxes. But they also do discount rates for our tax services in regards to bookkeeping and things like that. Prudential is another IBMF partner. They created this Prudential Digital Financial Wellness Center out there that you can go on and you can assess your financial wellness. You can plan your retirement. You can do management debt. They have a lot of webinars out there on how to do your finances, how to manage your money and things like that. So a lot of good tools out there if you're interested in it. LinkedIn, we have partnership with LinkedIn. They offer LinkedIn Premium for our grads, and you can get LinkedIn Premium for 1 year. What's good about LinkedIn Premium for entrepreneurs is access to LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning has over 13,000 of online courses, videos, and these courses can range from anywhere from project management, social media creation, to marketing, to branding, like business plan writing. There's a lot of out there content, right?
Sales, everything. Yeah, there's so many courses. And many of you probably know, and if you don't know, you get a free year of LinkedIn just premium just by being a veteran. You can Google it. LinkedIn has that promotion. So once you use that resource up by LinkedIn, then come to us and we can give you an additional year-long access. So utilize the promotion that LinkedIn already offers you just by being a veteran. Then you can email us and then we can give you that additional year-long access.
Also, we partner with the Cisco Networking Academy. So those guys who love technology of you, we have a bunch of courses, self-taught courses that you can take advantage for free. Also, Sandals Training is another partnership that we have. Sandals Training is a franchise that is across the US. So far, we have 3 locations. We have a location Atlanta, Tampa Bay, Florida, and Houston, Texas. And all 3 of the locations decided to give us 4 seats each of their once in spring and once in fall sales foundation class, which is 8 weeks long, once a week, and goes about 90 minutes long. And basically, these seats are about $3,200 if you're paying out of your own pocket. So definitely, we host it every year, every spring, every fall. So definitely apply. They can only take limited amount of people. So don't feel bad if you don't get selected right away. If you need help coming up with the statement that they require, just reach out to me and I'll be happy to work with you on that. Experian, this is another one. It's like, as you know, Experian look at your credit score, right? You can also check you after being 1 year in business, you can reach out to us. We'll provide you a link that you can go and type in your business and check your business credit score for free through Experian. One-time offer, why is this important, is as of right now, if you're just starting your business and you're looking for a loan, guess who will be co-signing for that loan? You will be on that loan, right? Because your business has no history, no nothing, right? So in God forsake something happens and business has to shut down, guess who's going to be stuck with paying their loan back? You will be, right? But if you build a credit history for your business, after a while, 4 or 5 years, you can get on the loan and get it onto the business, right? How rich people do it. And then if business, doesn't go well, you can just bankrupt it and you will be perfectly safe and business just goes on the ground, and because the loan will be on the business. So that's how rich people, that's why they file for bankruptcy, so they don't have to pay all those loans back. So just something to think about as you start your business. If you're interested in finding more about information about cybersecurity, so we have partnered with Fight Cybercrime, so definitely check out those things as you start your business, grow your business. Just some things that to be aware as of cyber crimes happens out there constantly. Just good information out there. And also our business services, we always try to promote the International Business Innovation Association. Usually for main reason is because of incubator spaces. I don't know how many of you are familiar with it, but right now as you start your business, most of you are thinking like, I need an office, right? Some of you are working from home, which is fine, but those who are looking for office, think of first co-working spaces, incubator spaces that you can get into for a lot cheaper at the beginning, right? Before you actually get it out there. So here you can just go out there and find local incubators, co-working spaces close to you so that you don't have to pay the full price for the office. And they have lots of other information that you can look into. But I just want to speed up just because we are running out of time. So things to remember, please do stay connected with each other, but also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, all the social media accounts. We love hearing stories, success stories about your business. So definitely, as we have these events across the US, definitely feel free to volunteer to submit those forms so we can call you up if you're in your area. And as you see here, I definitely included these social media tiles in there in your newsletter, alumni welcome email. So if you need these images, just let us know. We'll be happy to send that to you, so that as you share your pride as a Levi's Phoenix grad, you can definitely use these images. Ashley, want to add anything here?
No, I think you covered everything. We went through everything really fast to try and get it under an hour. We are recording this. It will be sent to everyone that registered. I know there was some people in the chat that say they missed a few things, so you'll get it. If anything's confusing, or you just want to talk about it individually and how it applies to your business, you can email us. I just put our email, it's the last thing that went in the chat right now, our email address in there. I also, if you scroll up a tiny bit, I put in a bunch of links to our website. There is a private VWise alumni LinkedIn group. So I recommend you click that and request to join. We do verify on a weekly basis. So if you submitted it, we go in there weekly and we'll add people in there. The virtual focus group, our website, the VetNet webinar that I talked about next week, where some of those resource providers are going to come on and you can hear directly from the horse's mouth, if you will, about what they offer and how it can benefit you. But while we have a few minutes, we want to stop talking and we want to know if you guys have any questions. You want us to talk through anything. There's other things you want us to put into the chat, other links right now. Again, if you didn't receive the alumni welcome email that has everything, including those social media graphics, please email us and we'll forward it to you. We want you to be able to share it, however you would like. But any questions right now or anything people want to ask, and you can just type it in the chat. You can come off mute, anything you'd like to know. Questions on?
Just a reminder, all these things that we went out through today, it's on the alumni page. Once you type in that little password, you'll be able to find all this information on the Levi's Postponed Sports Services page.
Hi, I have a question.
Yeah.
I've heard great things about the attorney and everything, but I haven't heard anything about any tax help or CPAs or anyone helping with finance on that.
Elvis, do you want to take that and talk about Highline?
Well, we do have a Highline, our kind of CPA firm here in Syracuse. They do provide the free counseling, and they offer discount rates on tax services and bookkeeping services.
Okay, can you add that into this page or whatever so I can get it?
We'll put it in the chat. Well, actually, what we're going to do is follow, right after this webinar ends, we're going to send everyone a copy of the recording once it uploads. So in a couple hours, and then that'll have all of the links to everything, because let us pull it out of our website, put in the password, guide you to the right page on our website, and then make it organized so we can send it all to everyone. But we'll have that all in there this afternoon.
Also, is that where we can get the help with our website?
Yep. So the discounted website and logo services that we presented on. So what we'll do is we'll provide you a link and a password into a portal, and everything that you saw here slide by slide, that's listed out category by category. So you can do drop down legal and it'll have everything that we talked about, and you can just read more or refresh your memory. And then at the top of that portal, you'll see submit a request here, and you just hit that and input your information, say that you want legal help. That goes into our triage system. And then usually within 48 hours, we're able to take that request and, either get the additional information we need about your business before making that direct connection, or do that direct referral instantly, just depending on kind of what category you choose. Anything else? Any other questions? Okay. Well, I know I put my LinkedIn in the chat. We'll include our LinkedIns and the private LinkedIn group in the follow-up email as well. But really just thank you all for joining us today. And we really hope that you stay in touch with us. Let us celebrate your successes to the rest of the alumni community. If you need support from other alumni, or you want to, find somebody similar in your industry or geographic location, reach out to us. We can normally make that connection. Or if there's a specific business challenge you're having, or, really anything across the gamut, reach out to us. If we don't have the answer, we usually know somebody that does, or we can, you know, make that connection to somebody that's smarter than us. So thank you all for your time today. We do want to be respectful of your time, so we are going to close the session, but follow up with us via email. We'll email you later today, and we look forward to staying connected with everyone.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
right.
Have a great week.
Thanks, everyone.